everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and today I'm going to talk about brands that have made me the most amount of money so far this year. As we are getting into the warmer months, I just figured this would be a good time to kind of look back on the items and brands that have been selling so far this year and making me the most money, and making a video on that because maybe this could help you pick out brands that you should maybe start looking for if you haven't already been looking for them, and maybe you can, really increase your sales by doing so. And obviously everyone's going to have different brands that are selling well for them, so I'd love to hear down below which brands are selling for you and what brands are making you the most money this year. Okay, so the first brand by far, like way ahead of the other ones, probably double if not more than that, than the other brands, is vintage brands. So this can be a bunch of different brands, and it's basically a big category of different items that I've been donated, that I found in the bins, or just items that, I had laying around that didn't have a specific name or brand to them. And they are vintage items that are, from at least 10, 15, maybe even longer ago. And so those items have been selling really well for me. I find that I actually do have a large market for them. So I've been making a lot of business off of those sales. The next brand that has made me the most money after those vintage brands is American Eagle. And this one is one of those brands that I always sell a lot of, and it's one of those brands that continues to be a top seller. And I always pick it up at the bins or on Dollar Day. I get it as donations. I take it out of my personal closet. It just sells so well, and I will continue to sell it. This is not new for anyone who's been around on my channel for a while. You know that I do love American Eagle, and I do love to sell American Eagle, and it definitely sells well, so I will continue selling it. The next top brand for the year is actually Abercrombie & Fitch, which is kind of surprising, but I think because I've sold a minimal amount of items, but at a higher price for them, because I know I've sold a couple pairs of jeans and some tops and things like that. Abercrombie & Fitch is kind of expensive to begin with, but I think people really like the brand and I think the quality is good, but when they can get them on Poshmark for a little bit cheaper than retail, people love doing that. So I think that's why it sells really well for me, but it's actually surprising that it's my third top brand of the year because I don't realize that I sell it that often, but I will definitely continue to, and I will actually start picking it up more and more if I see it, just because I know it's gonna sell. And actually, I might have actually mixed up two. So the one after American Eagle was actually Pink Lily, and then after Pink Lily was Abercrombie & Fitch. So I just mixed them up, but they're pretty much equal. So I do have a lot of Pink Lily stuff that I sell. Pink Lily is just like a small boutique, and it's pretty expensive, so that the items sell pretty well because they're well made. So I've been selling a lot of Pink Lily as well as the Abercrombie & Fitch things. The next brand that has been selling a lot for me this year has actually been JCrew, which I've actually gotten a decent amount of JCrew at the bins or different places like that. I've also sold a lot of older items that I've had listed for a while from JCrew in my closet that I was selling in lives, or just, I was actually making full purchase sales, which hardly ever happens. But I was selling a lot of JCrew items, which is pretty surprising for me because it's not a brand I gravitate towards picking up. But it's interesting to note that it's one of my top brands because it's not a brand that I would have associated with being one of my top brands. And I think I actually made a video a couple months back saying how I don't pick up JCrew because it doesn't sell well for me. So I guess the tables have turned. The next brand after JCrew is actually Franchesca's. So Franchesca's is a boutique like Pink Lily, and I actually buy a lot there myself, so I've been selling a lot of like my own personal stuff, and I've had other items that were donations or things that I found at the bins. And like Pink Lily, they're good quality, and their prices to begin with are on the higher side, so it's kind of nice to be able to sell them. And it's nice because I'll take things out of my personal closet and list them when I'm done wearing them. And a lot of the times they're in really good condition. They're just not a style I like anymore, or maybe they don't fit me anymore. So that is what is also making me a lot of money. The next top brand in my closet is actually Adidas. And this one, it's kind of surprising, but it's also not at the same time because it is a very good brand and I love selling Adidas. I actually love wearing Adidas myself, but I think Adidas is one of those brands that I never really thought was going to be a good seller, and recently it has been, and I've been selling more and more. And whether it be, athletic shorts or tank tops or sports bras or just t-shirts, they can sell in any category. So I love selling Adidas, and I will probably continue to sell Adidas. Okay, the next brand after Adidas was actually UGG. So I think I sold a few things of UGG this year, probably some boots. I don't foresee myself continuing to sell a lot of boots going forward. I don't see myself continuing to sell a lot of UGG going forward, you know, at least in the next couple of months. But UGG always continues to sell, especially because it is a well-known brand. It is a very good brand. I know a lot of people love it. I actually have some UGGs behind me on this shelf because I know people love them, so I always pick them up if I can. And pro tip about UGGs, I actually find that, you know, you could pick them up if they're not in like perfect condition and they will still sell. So, and I actually picked up a single UGG too, which I think is gonna still sell. So again, UGGs are pretty good and universal that you could pick up and sell even all year round, but mostly in the winter months. And the final brand that I will leave for this video for brands that have been selling so far this year and have made me the most money was Steve Madden. So this is a good brand. Mostly I pick up shoes from Steve Madden, and I just feel like they have good quality shoes, and I feel like they last really well. They're really comfortable, and a lot of people love Steve Madden shoes as well. And so I pick up a lot at Dollar Day and even at the bins, and I've picked up a lot of sneakers and sandals and different things like that, and they are selling really well, and it will be a brand that I continue to pick up because I know that it sells really well and I know that they're good quality. Okay, so that is actually it for this year's, so far this year's brands that have made me the most money. I know it's only April, middle of April, so basically by the time I make this next video, it might be in the middle of the summer and it might look a little different, but I just figured this would be a good reference of if you're just starting out and you're wondering what brands sell. Maybe some of these brands you wouldn't think to pick up because you would think that, you know, who would pick that up? That's probably not going to sell or anything. Maybe this was a good opportunity to pick up one of those brands and see if they're going to sell free. If you want to see another video on reasons why your listings aren't selling, you can click right here. And if you want to see another video on different tips that are going to help you have more success on Poshmark, you can click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.